My next topic here with you guys is simply to look at something that you learned already in your CAD course. Anybody still remember model space, paper space, model and layout?
Yes.
Okay, so same as AutoCAD. So AutoCAD has the same concept, which is the model space and layout. Exactly the same we have here in ArcMap. So please look up my cursor. So my cursor right now is circling around the bottom left corner, bottom left corner. So on the bottom left corner, there are two little icons, not really great. So I don't know why the company decided to make them very tiny, very small. But if I switch between them, not switching by just making my mouse hovering above them, please read. So right now it says data view, and here it says layout view. And this is in AutoCAD called the model and then layout. Model and layout. So let me show you right now. I'm going to switch a couple of times back and forth. I want you guys to see what's going on. So I'm going to click on layout view. Please see what happens. And I go back to data view, and I go back to layout view. Now I want everyone to understand that data view is simply equal to model space, and layout view, which we are right now in the layout view, is equal to layout in AutoCAD. Okay, now I'm going to test you right now. So you guys remember what is layout? What does it mean? It means it's a piece of paper, and then through our piece of paper, and remember my piece of paper is here. This is my map, my drawing. This is my drawing. And remember, model space and paper space, they were invented for printing, to create printed maps. Okay, so the thing is, this is our paper. So this thing here is our paper, and from our paper space, we create a window, and we look through the window to the world. Okay, anybody still remember what is the name of this box here from AutoCAD? So this in AutoCAD, this has a name. This box here, which you can stretch, you can move around, this has a name. Anybody remember the name of your window from the paper space to the model space?
Viewport.
Viewport.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Okay, so you can see this is your viewport, and you can see I can stretch it down, I can move it, I can do whatever I like to come up with one specific design. So let's say Tahir is an artist and is trying to come up with some design for my map. So here is my viewport, and you can see here I'm leaving some area for other things which you will know in a minute. Okay, I need to ask you one question. Since you guys still remember what does it mean viewport and layout and a model space, can I ask you what are the things that you have to change to create a new layout? Okay, the question in another language. When you create a new layout in AutoCAD, the software will ask you a couple of questions. Do you guys remember those questions? What do I need to set up to create a new layout? Okay, I'm gonna give you one tip. So do we need to decide what is the paper size? Like what is the size of this paper here? Do I need to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so what else? What is the second one? It's only two, huh? In order for you to create a new layout, you need the paper size and you need the scale. Okay, you need the paper size and the scale. So I'm going to show you right now how to set up the paper size and how to change the scale to be able to create a new layout. It's not very difficult, to be honest, very simple. So what you have to do is, I'm going to start with the paper size. So in order for you to change the paper size, what you want to do is you want to go here to menu file, and go down to page and print setup. From menu file, you go to page and print setup. When you click on this one, I bet you already have used this dialog box here probably for 1,000 times in the last 2 years. You always print stuff, huh? You always print PDF. And so really the printing is so simple. You need to simply choose your printer. So you can see here on my screen, there are actual printers. Those are Insate, which I cannot really print right now. Or I can, I guess. I can if I connect myself to the VPN. However, I cannot grab the printed, okay? So I'm not gonna do that. So those are a real printer, physical printer. While those ones, including Adobe and then Bluebeam, those are PDF printer. In general, to be honest, I always recommend for my students to use a PDF printer. Even their intention is to print an actual paper, I always ask my students, please print PDF first. Then if you like it, so you like the thickness of the lines, you like the margin, you like everything, then you can print your PDF file. Now let's go ahead and choose Bluebeam. For you guys, again, it doesn't matter whether you choose Bluebeam or any other PDF printers, doesn't matter. Once you choose the printer, the next one is you choose the paper size. You can see here the paper size varies. It starts from A node and then A1, A2, A3, and so on. So let's say I'm going to go with A3. So I'm printing an A3 map. The last thing you want to do before you hit OK is to choose whether your map is portrait, the orientation is portrait, or landscape. And simply you can see what's happening. Huh? If I go to landscape, watch here the preview. And if I go to portrait, it's kind of this way. It really depends on the size of your area, like the area that you're trying to create a map for. So if your area mainly extending north-south, you want to go with portrait. If your area extends east-west, then you want to go landscape. In this exercise here, I'll keep it as portrait. Hit OK and see what happens as I hit OK. Things will change a little bit because I have changed my paper size. Originally, it was letter, so letter is small, and then A3 is kind of double of that. So what I can do is I can simply click on my viewport, move it here, okay, and then maybe stretch it this way. And then, you know what, that's my design. I'm gonna leave some area because I need this area and this area on the top and the bottom because I need to add more stuff. So now you know how to change the paper size. So what's next? How can I change the scale? So if you want to change the scale, watch this. So on the top, just under geoprocessing, there is a scale bar. And the scale drop-down menu, it gives you access to some standard scales, starting from 1 to 1,000, 1 to 10,000, and so on. So you can simply choose, for example, a scale to 1 to 100,000. I'm asking you, do you think this is a good scale or bad scale? Do you think this is a good scale or bad scale? 1 to 100,000.
Bad.
Not
Bad
good.
scale, because look at your map area. Your map area is too tiny, and you're losing the paper area. So anyway, so that 1 to 100,000 is too small. I will try, for example, 1 to 1,000. I'm asking you, is that good or bad?
Sure, bad.
It's bad because you're only mapping a small area of your area of interest. So what happens here? I'm gonna go to 10,000, and you can see. What do you think about 1 to 10,000? Any help?
Looks good.
Looks okay. And so I'm gonna give you something that maybe will drive you crazy. So you can see here, it's kind of not centered. So you wish if this is centered, exactly centered. So I'll show you how to do that. Very simple. You go back to your data view, and then you see those tools or icons here. So this icon here, which is called the globe, which zooms to the extent of your drawing, you click here. And what happens is, as soon as you go back to your layout view, simply your area is centered in your viewport. Okay. So again, you go back to your your data view, you click on the globe, so it's kind of zoomed to the full extent, and then you switch back to your data view, and then you can see. By the way, so you know, the scale, the scale here, if your scale is one of these scales, great. If not, you can simply type it in. I can place my cursor. I can write here my scale, let's say 1 to 5,000. Obviously, 1 to 5,000 is not really a good scale. So I'm going to go back to 1 to 10,000. Now, the problem is with this technique is that as soon as you go back to your model space and then zoom out or zoom in, what happens is those numbers are changing. If I go back to my paper space, you see what happens? My scale right now is 11,080. So you can see here, you can use this technique only before you print right away. So you finish everything, you set it, and then print right away. Or I will show you another technique which will fix the scale forever. Okay? So this technique changing the scale from this bar here, it is simply depends on your zoom level, it will change. So what I'm saying here is that you can make it 1 to 10,000 and then right away go and print. So you're done because you're not going to change your scale anymore. However, I'm going to show you another technique which will simply fix the scale until you decide to change it again. Watch this, please. I'm going to show you right now on how to change the scale and fix it. Doesn't change. So you want to go to your table of content. Click not on individual shapefile, rather than click on the top level, which is layers. Then right click. Then go down to properties. Now this one has so many tabs, okay? So many tabs where you can control so many things. Right now, if you want to change the scale, you want to be on data frame. Data frame. Then when you go to the extent, right now it's automatic, so it depends on my zoom level. If you choose a fixed scale, what it does, it simply gives you the scale you want. Once you hit OK, I want to see what happens. Watch this. You can see my toolbar here for map scale has been deactivated. It means you cannot change it no matter what. Okay? If you want to make it again floating, like changing again, you want to reverse the process by going to the same place, going to the properties, and make sure you are on the data frame, and then change back this automatic and hit OK. When you do that, what happens is your scale bar comes again, and you can change your scale if you wish. As I said, if you want to, don't bother with my last technique. Get everything ready. Change the scale and then print. If you don't want to change the scale, fine. You just go here, go to properties, and then change the scale to fixed scale. Hit OK, and scale won't change anymore. Now, let me ask you a simple question. Do you think I can print right now? Tell me, please. Let's say I brought in my shape files, and I have my roads, and I have my my bark area. Can I print right now, or my map is missing some stuff which is very valuable for the map user?
Legend.
Okay, so here we go. So somebody said the legend. Great, thank you. Anyone remembers along the same discussion? Is it only legend, or there is a package that has to go onto your map?
Scale, North Arrow.
Okay, yeah, North Arrow, scale, title, date, and so on. So all these things, you must do it. And I'll show you how simple to do that. And it's way simpler than Civil 3D. Everything comes from the same place. You go from menu insert, and you can see all what you need is here. For example, if I want to add title, I can click on title. I can say here Tahir's map. So here we go. Here is my title, map title. Hit OK. You can see here is my title. Now, what else do I need? I for sure need the date. So insert text. So insert text. And what it does, it simply places your text somewhere in the middle of your map. And you can see I'm holding my text. I can move it around. I will move my text somewhere here. And so tiny, so tiny. So all you have to do is double click on it. It will open your the properties. And I can write here March 2021. And it's very small, so I can go to the size and make sure I multiply this, let's say 5 times the way it is right now. Okay, so 5 times. Okay, hit OK. Now you can see we have the date. I can move it wherever I like. I need something else. I need a north arrow. I need a north arrow. So click on north arrow and watch this. Oh my God. So you can see here, we have so many shapes of north arrow that comes with ARCGIS. I'm going to choose any one for the exercise. Let's say Esri North 14. Once you click on one of the north the styles, if I wish, I can go to the properties and I can play with all the properties like the color, any property of this north arrow. You can see here, my color is black. I can make it red. Right now it's 72. I can make it 100. It means, more than it was before. I hit OK. I hit OK here. And here we go. Here is my north arrow. Drop it somewhere. I move it to where I like. Super small. I can stretch it. I can make it bigger according to my design. Now, let's make me finish. So I have a couple of things. I know some of you already said legend, but I want to say something. Legend doesn't help me much here. And I will show you the legend, but not this class. In the next class, I will show you how can we add the legend. But for today, the legend doesn't make any sense for us. Okay? So I'm going to go right now with the scale text, which is just a number that you write on your map. And you can see there are so many formats. Like, for example, I can say in absolute sense, I can say 1 to 100, or I can say 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometers. So there are several even style. Which one we love, which one we do on our maps, I personally will go always with the absolute, where it says 1 to 1,000 or 1 to 100 or 1 to 1 million without any units. Okay? And I can drop it here. You can see here is my scale. It goes again somewhere in the middle of your map, so tiny. I can stretch it as much as I like. Here is my scale. So the beauty here is that those things are dynamic. So for example, if I release my scale one more time, I'll show you why I'm doing this. So automatic, and I release my scale one more time. Please watch this. If I go here and I choose 1 to 1,000, see what happens? Everything will update. You can see, yes, that's not the right scale, but you can see my scale number has changed. I will switch back to 1 to 10,000. Okay, so those are dynamic. Let me ask you for whoever remembered my discussion. Do you think this scale is okay, or it causes some problems? This discussion is kind of old discussion. It's almost 2 months ago discussion. Numerical scale are good or bad? Numerical scale are good or bad? If I write on the map only 1 to 10,000 and that's it, it's good or bad? I know this is very, very old. Excuse me?
You need the scale bar?
You need the scale bar because the scale number, it suffers from the expansion and contraction of paper maps, and that's why let's do and add our scale bar. So scale bar is here. You can simply click here, and again, it comes with so many styles of your scale bar. Let's say I want to go with the metric bar 4, and again, you can click on it, hit OK, and you can see it came to the middle. I can move it down here, and you can see if I zoom in. Let me fix the scale first, please. So I will fix the scale. To fix the scale, hit OK. And if I zoom in here, you see what happens, This is my scale bar. Okay, now what if I want to play with it? I want to change some of the properties, for example, like color or maybe units. What can I do? Double click. It opens all the properties of this element, and you can change color. For example, I can come here for the format. I can make it red or something if I wish to. So that's for text. So let's say keep the text black, and then the bar itself, let's make it red. Okay. And if you want to change, for example, the units, right now it reads kilometer. I can make it mile if I wish, but that's not the standard. I will keep it as kilometer, but you can see I can change to any units I like. Okay, any units I like. So I'll keep it kilometer and hit OK, and you can see I have changed the properties of my scale. You can always stretch, huh? If you wish, you can always stretch your scale. Now, there are some other elements that you want. If you sometimes you need that, sometimes you can go from insert and you can go to a picture. Okay. So if you have any, for example, we typically use it. We can take a Google Earth picture, satellite image. We can place it here somewhere on your map. Okay. So I think right now the next step is now let's say I'm ready with my map. So let's get ready and try to save your map or print it in a PDF file that you can submit to me. Watch this. So right now I finished my map. Everything is ready. I have a title, a north arrow, a scale bar, a date. Everything is ready. So you can go from menu file, and then you want to go to export map. Again, I want to create a PDF map for my project. So go to export map, and then simply you can export your map in several formats. If you drop this menu, those are all images like GIF or TIFF or PNG or JPG or bitmap. Those are all of them. They are image formats. I will go to PDF and I will give it a name. Let's say I will call this one here CE map. Okay, and then hit save. So it will simply save or print a PDF for your map. So then you minimize this one. You go to my desktop, I double click here, and this will open for me the map. Okay. Now the last part before we give you a kind of demo on the project is that now I'm asking you, if I right now exit my software, right now, did I save anything? Like, did I alter my shape files? Did I save anything? So what you have to do right now, if you want to keep your work, you need to save your file. So what you can do is you can come here, whether you click on the save or Control S or file save, it doesn't matter, but you want to save your file. So please watch this. If I save my file here, can anybody tell me what will be the extension of my file? I'm going to save right now. Any help?
MXD.
Exactly. So thank you so much. So yes, when you save your file, it comes as MXD file. Let me call it ce.mxd. Now, what happened is, which is very important, very important. Now, let's say you did some work and then you want to share your work with your not classmate, sorry, with your coworker. Don't share your work with classmate, okay? So with your coworker, I'm asking you, would you just go to the desktop, like so, desktop, and look at the CE. So here is my file, So here is my file called ce.mxd. Should I copy this guy here, copy, and send it to my coworker? In other language, does this CE encapsulate all your files? Does it physically contain the shape files? Look at the size, it's not really, it doesn't contain the shape file. This MXD file, it just has the process. So for example, it will keep all the styles, all the symbology, it will keep all the map element, but it doesn't physically contain all the shape files. And what does it mean? It means if I send this one to my coworker and then he is going to, or she is going to double click on it, you know what happens? It is going to try to call all the shape files, and all the shape files will try to call all their associated files. And if you don't share with your coworker all the shape files and their associated shape files, what happens is you have nothing, which means please think about GIS project as only contains a reference, a pointer. I'm not sure if this word is a good word, a reference or a pointer. So all this MXD file, it has a pointer to where you have your shape files. Where do you have your shape files? If the shape files are not with or sent with the MXD file, it means you cannot open this file, okay? This is something very, very important. Now, we're done with our like training for ArcMap right now, but the left of the class, I'm gonna say something, but please, please, please don't get mad, okay? Don't get mad. I know that you guys will get mad. We have our last assignment for the year. For the year, I promise you there is no more assignment, and I promise you it is going to be super simple assignment, and we will try to do it together in kind of sequential, like step by step. Now let me show you the project. So the project is I already published it, and the deadline is 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks from now, okay? 3 weeks, huh? So here is my my ArcGIS, and watch this. So this is my GIS project, and some of you will get so excited because when you look at how many pages, some of you will say, "Oh, that is 6 pages. It means, oh, I'm gonna spend 3 weeks doing it." Not really, huh? Why I make it 6 pages is I wanted to put as much information and guidance for you not to get lost in the process. So you will see here there is lots of snapshots to guide you through the process. And the first part of your project, which you can do after the class right away and get ready whenever we cover the next part, is simply a data download. You guys know from last class that what makes GIS so connected to surveying is that every GIS system needs a base map. Can I get you guys to agree on that? Can I get you to agree? Please show your hands if you agree that every GIS system needs a base map. Thank you. Okay, now, since we already confirm and agree that every GIS system needs a base map and we can simply collect other attributes and attach the attributes to the entities on my base map, now, what are my options? Should I, every time I get a GIS project, should I just go to a surveying company and let them use their total station or maybe GPS to survey the area for me? Or there are some other options? I can tell you, in most cases, GIS doesn't require this high accurate maps. Doesn't, okay? So you can live with other kind of maps, which some of them, they are already even available for free on the internet. So your options is not always hire a surveyor is going to be very expensive, and this will add to the cost of your GIS project. Most of the cases, or most of the time, you should be able to use some lower accuracy maps. Now, I'm going to give you a demo on one of these sources of our maps, okay? So in my project here, you can see I said here, browse the following website. So problem is when I click on it, our Bluebeam will simply work as Internet Explorer, which I don't like. So I'm going to copy this link here and I will place it really in my browser. And when I copy and paste this link to my browser, what happens? It will take me to Canadian government website. So this website here is from Natural Resources Canada, which give us access to free GIS data. We don't have to pay a single penny for it, okay? And within the next 20 minutes, I will give you a quick demo on how to download those free data from this website. You can see the website comes with a visual interface. This is Canada map, and I can zoom in. I'm zooming in right now to Alberta. And right now it's Edmonton, so I can go back to the south, so Calgary. I can zoom in. It's not very friendly. Every time I try to scroll forward, it simply screws it does some zoom in, but not really nice, okay? So you can see Calgary start to show right now. Calgary will start to show right now. And you can see here our Calgary community, Nose Hill here in the middle, Glenmore Reservoir is here. Okay, now, really the use of the website is super simple. I'll give you a quick demo on it. and it works like a wizard. So you have to do step by step. Like you can see here on the top left, there is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. They're kind of 5 steps. You have to do the steps in order. So you start from the top and you go all the way until you submit your request to ask for the data. Now, I would simply ignore the first one, which is called the overlay. It tells you what you want to see here. You can see right now, I can see a map. But can I add a satellite image? Yes, you can. You can see once I change this one from 0, I get the map. If I change this one to Landsat Mosaic, I can get a satellite image. But actually, you are not downloading the satellite image, to be honest. What you're doing right now is just a visual aid for you to better select your area. You know what? I honestly will ignore this one here. Okay, so I will simply ignore the first step. Next step is select data to be extracted. So we need to tell the website, I am interested to find some data here in Calgary. Right now, what you have to do is it will ask you the type of the data. So you can extract vector data, which is called CanVec. You can also extract elevations like up and down elevation data, or you can make automatic extraction data. So for this exercise, I will use CanVec. So this will download for me vector data for road center lines, for maybe for lakes, for other things, which will come as a vector to me. So click on CanVec. The next part is once you click on CanVec, it will open for you the way you choose your area of interest. The way you choose your area of interest. There are many ways. One is called, for example, current map extent. So if I click on this option here, I want everyone to look at what happens to my map. If I click on this option, you can see the entire extent of my map has been selected, which means I'm going to download everything you see on my screen. Okay, what else? What could be the other option? Number 2, I can use a predefined clipping area. So this website here, it splits every part in Canada into kind of predefined. So you can see, I can go here. So this is called Paradise, or maybe I can click on Calgary. So this will give you a predefined, not your choice, but you get a bulk of area, which could be maybe more or less than what you want. So to be honest, I typically don't use this option. Number below here, something called custom clipping area. So which means it allows you to draw a rectangle or draw a polygon or maybe enter coordinates for your rectangle. You have all these options. I'll, for example, show you this one, draw a rectangle. It means you can click here and then I can come back and I can draw a rectangle on my screen. It means I want to get this area. Okay. However, bottom line is for my assignment, I'll go to my assignment or my project. I give you here the coordinates of the area of interest. Okay, so I give you the southwest corner and I give you the northeast corner. And that's what you will need on the website. If you choose this one here, which is called custom clipping area, and you go enter coordinates, you will have to enter the coordinates of the southwest. I will do here 51. I will do here minus 114.125. I will go to the northeast. I will go here 51.125, and I will go here minus 114. I know some of you are wondering, what are those numbers? As I said, those numbers are the coordinates of the southwest corner and the northeast corner of your area of interest. However, some of you are looking at, what are those numbers? 51. Those are latitude and longitude. Anybody in my class knows what does it mean, lat long, latitude, longitude? Anyway, you know what? A good news for you is, if you don't know what do they mean, but I assume that you learned there somewhere in your high school. But latitude, longitude, those are angles at the center of the earth. And next class, maybe next class or maybe 2 classes, I will teach you what does it mean lat long. Okay, it's a different way of expressing a location on the Earth. So all you have to do is once you simply input the coordinates, and those numbers are from my project, okay? So you can see I'm boxing them for you. So what you can do is you must say display on the map. So you can see here my rectangle, and then you hit OK. Then once you hit OK, you can see the software backed already the coordinates and ready for you. Now you can see here we can download so many features. We can download everything, including mines, energy, and then transportation network, which is the road, wooded area like forest, elevation features, all of those. However, in my assignment or project, I ask you to only download transport network. Okay, something I want to say, because this happens every year. Every year, when somebody work on this project, what they do is they never pay attention to my snapshots. Watch this. Can anybody tell me what does Tahir want you to download? Do I want you to download everything? Can I get some help by looking at my snapshot?
Transport networks.
Exactly. So please follow, and I write it down here. Watch this. I don't know how I can be more clear. I said here, make sure you select options that matches the above snapshot. Okay. For example, something like file format, please make sure you choose Esri shapefile. Make sure you choose this option here, and so on. Okay, so match 100% all these options. I'll go to my website and do the same thing. Esri shapefile. I will make it NAT 83. Yes, clip my area, and the scale is 1 to 50,000. Now, the last step is you need to add your email address. So I'm going to write here tahir.hassan@sate.ca. When you say submit, the software will ask you, are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. And then submit. Right now, the software is really working on your request. And you can see there is a word processing. It means working. If you say refresh, it still says processing. It will take some time. Sometimes it's only 1 minute. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Really, it depends on how much area you're asking. Are you asking for maybe a subdivision, or asking for Calgary, or asking for Alberta, or asking for entire Canada? So the more area you ask, it will take more time. That's number one. Number two is how busy the server. So for example, if all of you right now are sending requests to the server, it will take more time. Please watch this. I'm going to say refresh. You can see here right away it says success. And what does it mean? It means this website is able to generate the files for you, and right now you should check your email. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to look up my Outlook, and I will get right now an email. Okay, it's coming. It must be on the way. Oh, here we go. So it says here, don't reply, and you can see where it came from. It says NRC. Anybody knows what is NRCan? This is called Natural Resources Canada. Okay, and so here is a link. So this link here is simply your zip file. So if you click on this link, it downloads for you a zip file that contains all the data that you have requested. So really what you have to do is, so let's go to our project again, and you can do that. How long does it take? How long? Anybody can tell me how long does it take? It took me 5 minutes. For you it will be less. So you will have to do that twice, because I'm asking you to download 2 data sets. Okay, so here is another data set. So you do it twice, and please get ready with your 2 zip files. Every time you ask for data, you will get a zip file. So download a zip file for this one. Let's call it 1. So this one, data set 1, and this one is data set 2. Please download them and get ready. When I teach you more, you will progress more on this project. Not very difficult, I promise you. This will be the easiest assignment for the entire year, and it's 5% of your final mark. Okay, now I'm done with today, so I'm just opening the floor for questions. Questions? You guys are so quiet today. typically Kitan will ask a couple of questions or something. Maybe Luca, maybe Matthew, maybe Sana, Nick, Martin. Any question, guys? Any question? Okay, thank you so much.
For our email.
Say it again, sorry.
We are still waiting for our email. You got it.
Okay, sir. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tahir. Have a good day.
Thank you.